in this time of organizing rallies and protests, a lot of it is operating autonomously, right? So people are just kind of showing up and doing their thing. How do we create a structure? What does it look like to create a structure of uniting wisely? And how can we make that happen? If I was to say, all right, tomorrow I want to organize, I want to unite us as people wisely. What does that look like, and how do I put resources to
I think it has to come first from the Black community. The pulse of it has to come from the Black community, and what I mean by that is that allies are important, and that it's great that they're helping where they can and stuff like that, But the central brain of it, what are we demanding as a people? There's power in us demanding what's rightfully ours, and us connecting the dots. You know what I'm saying? And being the ones in leadership there, saying the things that are necessary, holding hands and doing that, and then the things around that can pad and come with. So we've got to come together. What that looks like, I think it has a lot of things that are off the grid. I think we got to do our homework behind the scenes. Again, we have to rally behind what exactly we're demanding for first, and connect the dots behind the scenes. So a lot of activists, we're going to have to be talking, phone numbers, looking over the agenda, making sure we're on the same page, and then announcing it to our circle of influence. You know what I mean? And then people from there can figure out how and where they fit in. But these things could be powerful. We could be doing a protest. Imagine the same inline protests in multiple cities across the nation at the same time. Imagine at 12 p.m. everybody stopping and walking.
Well, I'm at a point where I'd rather not imagine anymore and start making it happen.
Yeah, right. But you got to hope first. You got to see it, and then you got to do.
Most of our systems are funded and infiltrated by a certain type of corruption that is all throughout, up and down. Yeah. So if the system isn't broken and the system works just as it's supposed to work, how do you get certain legislation like that passed? How do you work toward that in a system like that?
That's why we march. That's why we sit in. That's why we use numbers. Right now we have the energy, but nobody's asking for anything. We're saying we're mad. You have power in the people. There's literally power in the people. And so when you demand it, when not only protest, but you boycott, that's why people sat in and refused to leave until you listen to me. When you take the power that's happened all over the world right now, and if we move to push these agendas, then you're going to see change. It's only when you hit their pockets, and kids are willing to put their bodies on the line. You see kids fighting and do that, but it's still, imagine them having the same kind of nobility toward a unified action in a cause. Like, I'm going to stand here and I'm going to do what's necessary. That was the spirit of the civil rights movement. It's not like they wanted to get hurt. They're not like they're trying to start fires. They said, I'm willing to walk across the bridge and face dogs, hoses, these things. This is not a game for us. So I'm not trying to make this into a movie. I just want to be okay, and I'm willing to do what it takes. I think it's a matter of, if you do strike, be potent, be ready. Hong Kong is a good example. They're protesting, but again, under unified action, and they've done their research, and they're all working together, and they have their own kind of communication on burners, and they're moving in ways, and things are changing. Haiti, there has been revolution. Haiti was the first Black republic. This is way before social media. You know what I'm saying? In the 19th century, they overthrew their colonizers, without one phone, and so it's shown us in the past that it can work. But if whatever you do it fully, do 100%. Wherever you go, wherever you do it, and do it in love. And I do believe in righteous anger. Yeah, there was with the civil rights movement, you had different churches. It started in a church, and you had people that came on from all kind of walks of life. But they were central behind what they were specifically trying to pass. I think that we have to move past the people's faith, their sexual identity, orientation. You got to put all that to the side if you don't agree, and say we are all people, specifically people here for Black people, for the liberation of Black people. And we need to move Black Lives Matter. All these BCM, this new things have to come together under one kind of goal. You have a lot of parties that are broken off and kind of doing everything, but nobody's joined it. There's no central, and there's so much infighting with stuff. You know what I mean? And there's just like, we really have to learn from Martin and Malcolm and the Black Panther Party and everyone
From
before
both
us.
of them.
Yeah.
We have to take both of their ideologies and put it together and find a new. It's like there's a whole slew of individuals and intellects and academics throughout history that are put forth some sort of structure for us to kind of learn from.
Right.
But instead of saying that this one person or this one way of trying to accomplish this goal is the only way, that's not accurate. Throughout history, we have to learn to be innovative. That's what you're saying.
Facts. We have to learn to be innovative. We have to put the cause before ego. It can't be about clout. Can't be about talking in front of people. Can't be about you. It has to be about your brother, your sister, you know, the person that's non-binary, whoever you're with. It has to be about the people. It has to be about the people, you know. And in the way that I see the Civilian Defense Act is that the people elect, you know, who the representatives are to prosecute and enforce it. And those people can't be connected, like I said, to the DA. It has to be an independent party that's publicly funded. You know, the UK just dropped that in 2018. Not as built out as we can do, but we got to get it airtight too. Because just like when we fought for legislation to have our freedom with the Emancipation Proclamation, they put that amendment, which is the 13th, that actually slavery still exists as due punishment for a crime. So this has got to be airtight. You know, civil rights movement's got to get rechecked every 25 years for it to be out again. We got to, So we got to get all our legal brothers and sisters together and make it airtight.
I understand.